Star Trek: Strange New Worlds ending with short Season 5 instead of Paramount Plus's movie plan. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds has carved out a rare position in modern franchise television, one that blends the optimism of classic Trek with the emotional depth of contemporary storytelling. From the moment Captain Christopher Pike first stepped onto the bridge of the USS Enterprise, the series has been praised for its character-driven stories, tonal versatility, and its bold willingness to experiment with genre. Yet now, as news breaks that the show will end with a shortened Season 5 instead of continuing into the Paramount Plus movie event originally planned, fans are grappling with a mix of disappointment, gratitude, and curiosity about what this unexpected ending means for the franchise's future. In many ways, Strange New Worlds was never supposed to look like a traditional Trek show. It thrived on its anthology-like structure, its fearless reinventions, and its pitch-perfect cast chemistry. But even the strongest creative momentum can be pulled into the gravity of corporate recalibration, and Paramount's shifting streaming strategy has reshaped the series' endgame. Instead of a film-length continuation or franchise-expanding event, audiences will receive a shorter, more compressed Season 5 finale chapter, a decision that ironically puts the series more in line with the classic Trek tradition of ending on the small screen rather than transitioning to the big one. A shortened final season, the unexpected course correction, Paramount Plus's initial plan to follow Strange New Worlds Season 4 with a movie-style continuation made perfect sense on paper. The show had built a fiercely loyal fan base and proven it could anchor Star Trek's streaming era with confidence. A movie could have served as both a finale and a major subscriber draw. But studios in 2025 live in a very different world than even 3 years ago. Streaming budgets have tightened, development slates are shrinking, and companies are recalibrating toward profitability over expansion. In that atmosphere, the Strange New Worlds movie became a casualty of economics rather than creativity. Instead of shelving those final stories entirely, Paramount opted for a shortened Season 5 framework, one that would allow the show to complete its character arcs while drastically reducing overhead. The result is a bittersweet compromise. Fans won't see the polished cinematic ending once promised, but neither will Strange New Worlds be left hanging in cancellation limbo. By delivering a short, focused, intentional final season, the creative team is being given something many modern shows aren't: the chance to end on its own terms. What a short Season 5 means for Pike, Spock, Chapel, and the crew. Even with fewer episodes, the series has a remarkable number of character arcs to resolve. The writers now face the challenge of fitting the emotional payoff of a movie into a more constrained runtime. But this limitation may actually sharpen the storytelling, forcing the series to concentrate on its core relationships and the philosophical questions that have defined it from the beginning. Captain Christopher Pike. Accepting the unchangeable, Pike's known tragic future, his horrifying accident aboard a training vessel, has always been the show's beating heart. Season 5, shortened or not, must give Pike emotional closure, even if it doesn't show the accident itself. A more compact season could allow the writers to center his final episodes around acceptance rather than action, transforming the ending into something far more character-driven. Spock and Chapel, a romance given new tension. With fewer episodes to explore their relationship, Season May 5 lean heavily into sharp, pivotal moments rather than slow burn progression. Their doomed romance doesn't require a movie-length canvas, it requires precision, and Strange New Worlds has excelled at delivering emotional impact in single-episode bursts. Number 1. Una Chin Riley, a legacy beyond the courtroom. Una's arc of identity, loyalty, and leadership has consistently elevated the show's moral core. The compressed season could spotlight her final decisions aboard the Enterprise, perhaps cementing her legacy in ways the wider Trek canon only hinted at. Lon Noonien Singh, Ortegas, and Mabenga, the supporting characters, each with their own passionate followings, may receive more concentrated arcs, stories that hit hard and resonate deeply even if they move quickly. Lon's time travel romance, Ortegas's long-deserved centric episode, and Mabenga's ethical battles all represent threads that can be resolved with elegiac clarity. Why the movie plan fell apart, and what could have been. The idea of a Strange New Worlds movie wasn't a far-fetched fantasy. Paramount Plus has already experimented with television movie hybrids, and Trek as a franchise has a proven cinematic legacy. A feature-length story could have explored the Gorn War with blockbuster scale, delivered the emotional devastation of Pike's fate, provided crossover potential with Legacy or Lower Decks, served as a unifying event for the modern Trek timeline. Ultimately, business realities overpowered creative ambition. But that doesn't mean the spark of that idea is entirely gone. Star Trek thrives on resurrection. If the enthusiasm remains, and if Strange New Worlds exits with strong fan momentum, the possibility of a post-series movie revival isn't out of the question. Trek history is full of canceled projects returning years later with unexpected force. Ending on TV keeps S&W rooted in Star Trek tradition. Some fans actually see the shortened Season 5 ending as a return to Trek's roots. Historically, Star Trek shows end on television, and movies belong to wholly different eras or casts. The original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise all closed their stories in episodic form. The cinematic follow-ups came only when theatrical demand existed, not as mandated send-offs. Seen in that light, Strange New Worlds ending with a compact, deliberate final season feels like an authentic extension of Trek's TV heritage. The show has always embraced a hybrid of modern prestige storytelling and 1960s-style self-contained adventure. Now its ending reflects that hybrid nature as well, personal, character first, grounded on the bridge of the Enterprise rather than on a movie poster. The legacy Strange New Worlds leaves behind, whether long or short, Season 5 won't diminish what Strange New Worlds has achieved in its run. The series revitalized episodic science fiction, restored optimism to a franchise that had drifted into dystopia, and gave fans some of the most memorable Trek characters in decades. It inspired cosplayers, revived interest in classic Trek novels, and offered new generations an entry point into a universe nearly 60 years old. What ultimately defines S&W's legacy will not be its episode count, but its emotional resonance. Its musical episodes, its time travel heartbreaks, its courtroom dramas, its comedic detours, its gore and horror arcs, its philosophical dilemmas, and, above all, its beating heart in the form of Christopher Pike. Season May 5th be short, but it can still be profound. Many of the greatest Trek stories ever told happened in 45 minutes. Strange New Worlds, more than any modern Trek series, understands how to make small-scale storytelling feel epic. A short Season 5 could act as a concentrated shot of everything the show does best. Sharp moral dilemmas, sweeping emotional payoffs, bold genre experimentation, a deep love for Starfleet's ideals. If Season 5 becomes a distilled essence of the show's spirit, it may ultimately be more satisfying than a stretched-out film production. A Star Trek ending is never truly the end. The crew of the Enterprise has said goodbye before and returned time and time again. Whether through guest appearances, animated crossovers, audiobooks, comics, or potential film revival, the world of Strange New Worlds will continue long after the Season 5 finale. And perhaps that's the most fitting Trek ending of all. Not a definitive conclusion, but a final chapter that leaves space for the future, hopeful, open, and full of possibility, just like the stars themselves.